This is the Campark T200 4K Ultra HD trail camera. It's non-cellular, but it does come with a solar panel, and it seems to be legit. The image resolution on this camera is 30 megapixels, 24 megapixels, 20 megapixels, 16 megapixels, or 8 megapixels. Video recording capabilities on this camera is 4K, 2K, 1080p, or 720p. It has 850 nanometer infrared LED light with ultra low glow. So it has a 65-foot triggering distance below 77 degrees Fahrenheit. I've never seen that before, so I don't know if it's hotter than 77 degrees, if it won't trigger. I'm not real sure. I've never seen that posted on a camera before. You have a 20-meter range for the infrared LEDs, 0.2 second trigger speed, it will connect to your phone via Wi-Fi, and it has an IP66 waterproof rating. Once again, the camera has Wi-Fi, it works in negative 20 degrees Celsius to 60 degrees Celsius. Once again, it's got the 0.2 second trigger speed. Camera comes with a strap, a power cord to pre-charge the batteries in the solar panel, and then a USB cable if for some reason you don't have an SD card reader. It also comes with a 1/4-20 camera mount. I've used these before. I really don't like them, so I'm not going to be using it with this camera. So as we look at the camera, you got the solar panel, the LEDs, the infrared sensors. It looks like it has 3 infrared sensors, and then the lens, and I think the indicators are up here. Turn on the side, nothing on this side, but you do have a DC in, so you can charge the batteries in this camera. On the bottom here, you actually have a second DC connector on the bottom, as well as a 1/4-20. Looks like the batteries, which when we open it, we'll probably be able to get those out. We'll take a look at this real quick. It looks like you can disconnect this, and then it uses a USB-C connector on the inside, which is really nice that it just connects like that. You don't have to worry about any external cables, which when they showed me this camera, I was actually a little worried about. Get it in there nice and tight. It does not come apart. Right off the bat, I do like that it has a front-facing screen. The camera's on the back side of the camera, and then they use this just as the face. It looks like you have a lot of controls within the camera. I'll get the batteries in it here in a second, and we'll go over it. And then, like I said before, you have your batteries here. So, looks like I already had that in there backwards. Camera takes 8 AA batteries. A lot of these cameras now have these nice battery holders. I would love to see a camera manufacturer deliver a second one of these battery holders, so that when you're going to the stand, instead of having to take all the batteries out of this holder, you can just literally just swap this out real quick and then move on to the stand. Speed is everything for me. I like to try to get in and out all the time, no matter what I'm doing. Turn this on the side. You have your on and off switch here, an AV audio video outlet there. That's pretty cool. You can just plug this right into your TV. And then you have the SD card, which it looks like it actually comes with an SD card. So I'm actually going to take off the solar panel while we go through the settings in the camera so that I can get this thing charging, and then maybe we can do some tests. So in photo mode, or let's see if we have our modes here. Let's hit OK. We can go photo, video, or photo and video. Image size. We're going big dog, man. I'm going up 30 megapixel. Picture number. We'll just let's see what the options are. Oh, okay. So basically, this is photo burst, so we're just going to do one since I'm running a video. And then shutter speed, that's pretty cool. You can actually change the shutter speed. So what this would be is 130, which is pretty much like the lowest you would want to go on a regular video camera. But a lot of these trail cameras, they run at like a 115, so you get the blurred image. That's the reason you get a blurred image of a deer, is because the shutter is actually staying open for multiple frames. So the deer is moving, and it's hard to explain, but the deer is moving and then the shutter's not moving, so basically it's blurring the deer. So if you keep it at 130, you're going to have a little bit better of an image, but then at night you're probably not going to get quite as good of an image. I'm going to keep it at 30 anyways. We're going to go down, resolution, and then we're going to test this 4K out right from the beginning. I might do some tests all the way down to like 720, but probably not. Video length, let's go. We'll just go 10 seconds. I usually do 30, but considering I only have a 32 gigabyte card in there, I want to see how big of a card this camera supports. It'd be great if it supported like 128 gigabyte, because if you're running 4K, I can run longer videos, but we'll see. I will let you guys know once I figure that out. Right here's your answer, okay? Audio recording on. I'm sure the option is off, so I'm gonna keep it on. And then intervals, I'm going to do, so let's see, we can set it, I'm gonna set it for 15. So I was hoping I could go over. Let's see if I can go over. There we go. Okay. And then I can go up to 60 minutes. For the infrared intervals, the lowest you can go is 10 seconds, and the longest you can go is 59 minutes and 9 seconds. Sensitivity, low, medium, high. I'm gonna stay at medium for now. For the infrared LEDs, you have auto, economy, or off. I assume auto is just going to adjust it based on the amount of light. So we'll stick with auto. Time lapse, we're gonna do off. Monitoring period. Let's turn it on and see what, so it gives you up to 2 start and stop periods if you turn the monitoring period on. And then it looks like you got the side infrareds here. So if you want to use those, you can. I'm going to keep them on for now. I'm going to start with the side infrared sensors on. Wasn't sure if you could turn one on and one off, but it doesn't look like that. It's just these can be on or off. So then you can set your date and time here. It shows here that it's the year, month, day. So make sure you look at this before you set this camera up. So time format, you got 12 or 24 hours. Date stamp, you can turn it on or off. Camera name, it's the only Campark camera that I own, so I'm gonna leave it there like that. I'm not gonna turn a password on. You have the Bluetooth on or off. I'm gonna turn it off for now. We'll get back to the Wi-Fi once we have this camera set up and there's actually pictures on the camera. You can set a password for the Wi-Fi, and then also when you're getting onto the Wi-Fi with your camera, you can set it so that it automatically turns off after 1 minute up to 3 minutes. So there we are with all our settings, and then we have it set up for 4K. The card is in here, everything's ready to go. I'm just gonna remove these stickers and make sure that the sensors are working right. Let's get this thing in the field. I'm not gonna walk through this cameras app today. I really just wanna get it set up and get it out in the field. I'm gonna go grab the camera, we'll bring it back to the table, and then we'll go through the app with it. And then we'll also do a test to see how far away I can get from the camera with the Wi-Fi function on. This is important if you're looking to connect to the camera while you're sitting in a tree stand, so you know how far to set this up from your tree stand, and you can look at images, while you're just sitting around waiting for deer to come in. So I'm back here in the office. I got the T200 with me. I'm actually gonna take it up to our deer camp. We're going up for a bear hunt in the next couple days, or actually tomorrow. I don't know why I said the next couple days, but the hunt isn't for a couple days. Anyway, I'm gonna leave this up at camp until we go to deer camp, and since it has a solar panel and it does the 4K, I wanna get some cool images, hopefully some moose or some wolves or bears or whatever. I'm back here. All you gotta do is you hold down the Wi-Fi button, and then it will show you the username and password for the Wi-Fi account. Now I've already done that, but I gotta go in, I have to connect. So I have to switch from our business account here to the Campark. So the one thing that I will say is you need to make sure you don't lose the manual, because in the manual it has a QR code that you can scan, and that's the easiest way to find the app. It was a little bit hard finding the app basically just by typing it in, because it's not called Campark or anything like that. Make sure you scan that QR code immediately so that you don't lose access to that account. So as you can see here, the camera is connected with the Wi-Fi. I'm literally talking to the camera right now. It's really nice. So when you set it up in the field, you can adjust it and you can look at your screen, and it makes it very easy for the setup. So now that we're in the app, I can go into the photos. It's gonna show me all the pictures on the device. So right now I have it set on the bottom here. You can see that it's set to camera or photos or video. So we'll look at a photo real quick. If you wanna download that photo, you gotta hold it down till the little arrow turns green, and then you hit the download up on top, and it's pretty quick. I have my video recording set to 30 seconds. You can go up all the way up, I think, to 3 minutes and 59 seconds. It's pretty long. And then here's a picture of my 3-legged buck on one of the properties that we have. He was out here last year, but he had 4 legs last year. He's really just missing a foot. The one thing I did notice is when I was messing with this yesterday is it will go through and it'll play parts of the video and then it'll have to reload again. So the buffer is a little bit slow, but it is cool because you can easily access that. And then the same thing is, you just hold it down. As soon as it turns green, hit the download button, and then it takes, I think it was about a minute for a 30-second video. It wasn't real fast. So you go into the device, and then it allows you to access those pictures that are on the SD card or videos, whatever you have in there. And then once you save it, it saves to this local file, which saves it into the app. And then from there, you can save it to your phone. And then say you're sitting at the stand or whatnot, and a deer walks out and you see it live and you want to record, you can record it. So when you do the recording, it will save to the SD card, and then from there, it will eventually show up here in the device photos or videos, whatever you have it set to. Then from there, if you want to change the settings, you can go into the settings, and it's basically everything that I showed you in the beginning of the video. So you have the modes, video, photo and video, image size. Right here it says you can go all the way down to 1 megapixel, which I guess is pretty cool. So like earlier in the video, basically everything in the settings is all the same as what I showed you in the camera. It's just you have access to it all here. So you can turn your Wi-Fi off after a minute. And basically what that is if it tries to connect, if you're trying to connect to the camera, it will try to connect for a minute and then it'll shut off. Once you're connected, it will stay connected until you shut it off, until you stop using it. But if you, for some reason, you lose connection, you can try to reconnect within that 1 minute time period. It has 92 gigs available on the card that's in here. So that's nice. That actually shows you how much space you have. Since I'm leaving this in the UP, I was hoping that it would have an overwrite feature. It doesn't seem to have that. So basically when the card fills up, it would overwrite the oldest files with newer files. And I would rather have more information about the deer and the deer activity closer to the time we're going to be there rather than now, because we're not hunting now. But that's it for the app. The app works really good. Now let's look at some pictures. The daylight picture quality on the Campark T200 is actually really good. 30 megapixels is more than enough megapixels, and it actually looks like a 30 megapixel image. There's a lot of detail in the image. Even way off in the background, there's a lot of detail. Now, for some reason, I have like a smudge on my lens or on the sensor or something on the right side of the camera, on the right side of the picture frame. It's a little blurry. I haven't been able to fix that. I've actually cleaned the lens, but I'm afraid there might actually be like a smudge or something on the sensor because it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed even though I've cleaned the lens. And it's the same with the video. The video looks really good. It's not the 4K you're gonna expect from like a mirrorless or a DSLR, but it's just as good as the 4K in a GoPro, hands down. Or even your phone. I mean, the quality is really good. As far as night images go, it actually is a lot brighter than I expected it to be. It shows up really well. As the other thing I noticed is the infrared sensor. Earlier in the video I said it seems like this is pretty legit. I will tell you right now that this solar panel is for real legit. There's 228 pictures at 30 megapixel, and there's 228 4K 30-second videos on this SD card, and this battery says 100% full. Plus, I've actually changed the card out twice before this. So there's probably roughly around, I would say, just shy of 1,000 images. So I would say probably around 500 pictures and 500 videos. I can also put that right here to know exactly how many. Regardless, the battery is at 100%. It's reading 100%. It doesn't seem to slow down at all. A 10 amp charging block that I can hook up to my phone. I can usually charge my phone about four times, 4.5, 5 times. And this basically has a quarter of that in here, but it also has the batteries inside. Plus it has a solar panel that is charging this all day long. It definitely is a data hog, but you have big cards that you can put in there, and as well, I mean, if you have it set up by a stand or anything like that, you can easily swap the cards out as often as you want. I did some testing out in the yard. I didn't film it because it was raining, but I was able to get roughly around 60 yards away from this camera, and I was still getting pretty decent signal where I was able to download pictures and it was able to view me as well. I was really hoping to get that on camera, but it just didn't work out because of the rain. But I will do some more reviews. I'll probably do another review on this camera after deer camp. So once we get it up to deer camp, and I'll show you guys all the pictures that we're taking on it, you know, and I'll let you know how long these batteries stay charged and how well it holds up. It seems weird, like it's very plasticky, but it's a solid, heavy plastic. You know, it feels solid. As well, another thing I like about it is the fact that when you open it up, that's always my favorite way to have a camera. This is just a faceplate. Everything that you are going to be, you know, when you're setting this camera up, you're gonna be able to see it, whatever you're viewing, right on the screen. So it's nice because it makes it so you don't have to connect to it with the Wi-Fi, but also if you want to connect it to the Wi-Fi, you can. So far, I'm really happy with the Campark T200. It stays dry, it stays powered, and the image quality is really good in this. It's very sensitive, and it doesn't seem to pick up a lot of small animals. It's mainly deer. And then the other thing is there's deer that are far away, and it's picking those deer up way off in the distance. So the sensitivity on this camera is actually really good as well. I definitely can recommend this camera. I can definitely recommend this camera. I actually have an affiliate link below. So if you guys are interested in a camera that you can put out in the woods and not have to worry about changing the batteries all year long, as well as, you know, getting really high quality pictures, you know, pick this up. Like I said, I got a link down below. Thanks for watching. Oh man, that was weird. Thanks for watching. Comment down below, hit that like button, subscribe. I gotta go.